Alright, I'm here with my my helpers, and we're going to do a little super test today of Syma's brand new S800g micro coaxial helicopter. Now this is kind of important because it's a 4-channel helicopter, unlike their S107, which has been out for 2 years now, and they've been selling millions of them because they're such a great, durable, fun-to-fly helicopter. This is 4 channels instead of a 3-channel that just goes up and down, spin left and right, and forward and backwards using this tail prop. The 4-channel has a proper swash plate here, and what that means is that by controlling the angle of the bottom rotor blades using these 2 servos, not only can you go up and down and spin left and right, but you can go forward and back and also side to side for strafing or sliding. This lets you make better controls, especially coming in for a landing. You don't have to spin and go forward, you can just shift. And also for turning, you can make coordinated turns, which are a lot more fun than just kind of drifting using the rear tail rotor. So one of the problems with this one is not only this tiny controller, which is not only much smaller than the original one, which I liked quite a lot. I mean, look at this compared to a DX8. It's very, very small and hard to hold. The other problem is being a mode 4 controller. Left thumb still controls the main rotor speed as pretty much always, but instead of left and right spinning you, on Syma's, left will shift you left and right, whereas on every other 4-channel controller, that would be controlled with the right stick. In order to spin, that is left and right with the right thumb, whereas typically it's with the left. So it takes some getting used to. And the other problem is, especially with throttle, if you'll notice here, I'm just moving this up about 1/32 of an inch, and that is basically enough to hover it. Everything up here will just shoot you into the ceiling, and there's very little control precision left and right. Now each one of these servos, I don't know if you can see this, has probably 3 steps up and down. That's backwards, that's forwards, and it's very tough to get anything in the middle. You know, right there, I'm moving that less than half of the travel, and that's going from 0 to full. But anyway, we'll see how she flies. It weighs about 43 grams total. You know, probably about 8 or 10 grams more than the original one. Still a very light chopper with 150 mAh LiPo battery, and seems very well built and smooth in the controls. You know, you'll see, except for the left and right. So let's take her up. And it's got a trim knob on the side here, which I'll turn to the right a little bit so she first will stay pointed in one direction. So here's the spinning, and it's very smooth. You can spin slowly or maximum spin, which is pretty good. And now we'll try to go slowly forward. Alright, there's slow forward. Let me turn her around using the right stick, and here's full forward. So now I'm just using the right stick. I'm basically flying it like a 3-channel. It's now adding in the left stick. I can slide to the right like that, and that wasn't a very smooth one, but you can slide to left. And now when you can spin also, this is where he lets you do kind of some neat pirouettes. And you can also do that going forward like this. If I slide, yeah, this is confusing with the different controls, I'll tell you. Here's a kind of a forward pirouette. And if I go full forward and try kind of a bank turn, and the other way, You have to watch the throttle management when you're doing these moves, but you can see it's got great power. I'll punch it here. You know, that's more than enough for indoor. So despite the really kind of crappy controller, the helicopter is really quite nice. If they just did a better job of making the controller comfortable and more linear with the controls, let alone having it a mode 2 where the rudder is controlled with the left thumb, it would be a really great buy for 30 bucks, or I paid 35, I'm sorry. So you're going to be paying probably about $10 or $12 more for this versus a 3-channel S107. But the addition of this sliding is really makes things more interesting and more fun, in my opinion. So I'm working the throttle or the controls pretty good here. I'm kind of banging them around, and that's full throttle forward. If we want to try the precise landing, let's see if we can do that right on the helicopter landing pad there. Yeah, it's going to take some practice with this mode 4. It's like speaking another language, actually. Got a little lucky there, but there it is. So, you know, if you want to try it out, it's neat. It's something different, that's for sure, and it's well made. I crashed it a number of times. Smooth flyer, and it's clever. Just they really need to improve a number of things with this little controller. And not even a problem that it's infrared. This is an indoor chopper only, but just the form factor and the linearity of the controls make it very, very touchy, much touchier than it should be. Really deserves a lot better. But anyway, I'm going to have some fun flying it, and especially on rainy or windy days when I can't fly the Blade SR outside, or the 120 SR, or this other one. This is a more expensive 4-channel coax. This is a Force heli based on the MCX2, and you can see here, if you watch these servos, how much, you know, precision they have. You can just go a little bit, or a lot, or anywhere in the middle, and you know, but you'll pay a lot more for this one. I got this on sale for about 50 bucks, but it's a much more precise and smooth flying machine, as you can see in my other video. But for 35 bucks, this is an interesting option, so give it a try. Take it easy.